So we were on the way back from Atlantic City with
in my
with
car.
everyone, and
In
yeah, in Tony's piece of shit car.
Shut up, man. It's a nice car.
You
Was a
didn't
nice car.
even pack a spare tire.
Dude, shut up. That was like 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's the whole.
Actually, it's probably longer than that. Maybe? I don't know.
It's been like
No,
3 weeks.
Or
more, maybe.
The calendar currently says June 27th, 1999.
So we
almost
left.
4 weeks.
So yeah.
So
That was
we got
4
a
weeks.
flat tire in the shitty little town to start in.
Shh. It's a little town.
Yeah,
stuff.
these guys can tell you more. They were there before we were.
Wasn't
You
that
know-
much before.
Oh, I was there before you were, Fletch.
You remember?
I had just got home to visit the parents, you know, come home from a break from university.
I don't think you're going back to university.
Gonna bitterly laugh at that. But, yeah, I was coming home to, you know, just spend some time with the family before going home. No, going back to university. It, one night, basically, God, I can't even remember the date anymore. They had me go out and get something from the store. You know, streets were quiet and all that, but when I got back, our neighbors were on. You've seen it all in the news. I don't think I need to go more detail on that, but there was an explosion from the gas station shortly after. It was horrible. I don't know when you got there, Fletch, but it went from pretty calm to completely fucked in a matter of minutes.
Sounds about right.
So when we got there, me, Tony, Adrian, Cheryl, I got those names right.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
What? Okay, what was it?
Cheryl and Aiden.
Aiden. Yeah. Aiden, Cheryl.
Such a nice lady.
It's an
What's wrong
Irish
with her?
name. I understand why you keep getting it wrong.
Thought she might actually be the one to pick you up and make something out of you.
It's more that I'm just terrible with names.
Yeah, there's a joke because you're like intentionally disrespecting his name because it's Irish and you're Scottish.
Yeah, they're both dead now. We tried to hunker down, fix up a ride to get out of town. Whole place was overrun with we've been calling them zombies, like out of a movie. They got bit. Aiden didn't make it at all. Tried to amputate Cheryl's leg, try and stop the infection, or whatever it is. That didn't work. Met these two in the town. Just happened into them. Tried to hole up in a church. That's where I got this. He pulls out his arm. And this. He pulls up his pant leg to show the remains of the rat bite.
Okay.
Eventually got a working car. Tried to drive out of town. Crashed. Tried to make a break for it on bikes. But military already had their quarantine going. Wanted to try and run it, but they got us.
We weren't going to get away from those helicopters, Eugene.
Well, we've been in some kind of prison for the past few weeks.
You look like shit.
I've been in prison for the past 2 weeks, Grandma.
Smell like shit, too.
I've been in the woods for the past few days.
Couldn't have called once after you got out?
What?
The phone. Don't you know how phones work? I know how phones work.
Man, we weren't out for 2 hours before we had to go into the forest. We just made as much distance as we could. Had to jack 2 cars.
You didn't pass no damn house.
Hey! I wasn't gonna stop and get caught again. Shit.
All
Don't
right,
you
then.
backtalk your granny.
Fucking like joint hanging out the side of her mouth.
I would have called you back into town, but all the phones were dead. You know me, I don't got a cell phone.
I don't think he would have been able to call anyway. It seems like they had killed all the communication. They were trying very hard to keep this quiet.
Of course they were a bunch of fucking meddlers. Always trying to change shit. Trying to control people. That's why the MacGannigans are out here.
Potman's just sitting there nodding like she's preaching to the choir.
Validation for everything he says.
Your pappy, God bless his soul, he tried his damnedest.
Died doing what he loves.
Running from the cops?
Maybe I should have joined him all those years ago.
Oh, now don't say that, Granny.
Look at this shit! Like another sweeping hand over like the televisions. Look at it! I'm too old to handle this. Just for you youngins, I think my social security is fucked.
Does she have social security?
What?
Shh, shh. I keep getting them checks. Don't tell anyone.
No, really don't tell him.
Where do they even send them?
Shh, don't tell anyone. I suppose it don't matter at this point, but
She's been picking up some other people's checks.
you know, they just leave their mail unguarded.
I mean, there's some people that the government doesn't know aren't dead.
That's good.
Just kind of leave it at that.
I'm not even going to ask.
Good. The fact remains that I'm not going to be getting those checks anymore.
Well, again, you don't really have to buy anything anymore either. It seems like you just take it.
Yeah, look at
He
this.
kind of shrugs like...
Potman tugs on his armor and pulls out his gun. I found these.
Grana actually, like, rotates her head to look at, like, Anthony. You trusted him with one of those?
Hey, I've been learning how to shoot.
Don't you be giving that shit to my boy. He doesn't know how to shoot shit.
I thought it was empty.
I tried to teach him. Fucking too high on weed.
I thought I was empty. I gave him an empty gun back in Summer Meadow, and it seemed to work for a while.
Damn it.
He mostly doesn't even use it. He just sort of keeps it tucked in his waistband because he thinks it makes him look cool or something.
Oh, come on.
Have you been calling yourself Freight Train again?
No, it's Citadel now.
other things.
Sit it. She looks befuddled.
Hold on for a while.
The fuck is that?
I think he
Before
calls
that,
himself
before
Killer.
that, it was...
Because I plant my feet and you can't get past me.
He's named his hands too.
Boy,
It's like a castle.
Yeah,
I could
he
shake
named-
you myself.
He named his fists.
Yeah,
You should have heard the
Grandma.
other nicknames he came up with.
He named his fist?
He named his
Lord. Oh my god.
You should have heard the other ones. They were worse.
Shakes her head.
He tried out Bulldog for a while. That one.
That
didn't last.
was a good one.
And then there was Hunter MacGannigan.
I guess I'm gonna have to stay around because Lord knows you need all the help you can get, boy.
Hey. Okay.
She chuckles and shakes her head. Alright, so
Has the news talked about where they're evacuating people to?
there is no sort of dedicated stance as far as the government is concerned. No shit is wrong. People just fleeing on their own. Scatter into the high hells.
Grandma, if it's not here yet, it's almost here.
You wouldn't happen to have like local Pennsylvania phone book, do you?
Local Pennsylvania phone book, you mean?
Shit, I gotta use shit to roll up with.
Have you gotten to the K's yet?
Like leans over, pulls open a desk. No, you good? Shows over the phone book.
You know what he's looking for.
Night?
Oh, god damn it, seriously?
Here, let me help you look for that.
I knew I could get at least one person on board.
They decided to make something personal.
Oh, it's personal.
Show personal.
This is going to leave us.
This is the guy that was
facility.
behind us being locked up.
This person shit offends all of us, son. Walking Dead showing up at my damn door.
They've been here?
They will. I'll give them the same answer I give the police.
You shoot the cops that come here? You don't answer that.
Like Grandma like looks over.
Back to the phone book.
Grandma like looks over at Eugene like.
Eugene just kind of holds his hands up like, I don't fucking know why he's asking these things.
Except that Aiden boy, he'd look kind of nice.
He's dead.
You already said that.
Yeah, I'm just okay.
Why you gotta depress me? I will cuff you one good time.
No, please don't.
Like
Oh yes, please do.
Like raises like a leathered wrist, like threateningly.
Yeah, no, he's like flinching down, like he's not gonna resist aside from asking for it not to happen.
Anyway, there are 6 knights listed in the phone book, none of which have an F or Franklin listed as a name associated with it.
Time to go to each one of those houses.
They might be related.
Or they might just be people who have the exact same last name.
Shut
Well,
up.
they're gonna have a destroyed car if it's fancy.
I got an idea. Why don't you look up your little girlfriend's name in the phone book and see if she's there?
Because she's not from here, and she already rolled up the C's.
Okay, why don't you call the operator? If the operator is still working, can you ask her to transfer you to this person's name?
Tony, stop enabling him.
Grandma MacGannigan, can I hit him, please?
No. We got.
Granny like gives Anthony a stare, like, you will not hit my boy in this house.
If I take him outside, can I hit him?
She gives this serious contemplation. Maybe.
All right, so you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
Moving on up. Moving on up.
Oh,
I think that's the least of our problems, though. She rotates to look back towards Eugene. Actually takes the joint out of the mouth. That's like it's serious time. Like puts it out. Gives Eugene like the eye behind like the glinting, thick glasses. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
That is a good question.
Up now, I've just been trying to get back here.
She snorts like extends her hands. There ain't nothing here.
If they've hit Scranton, they'll be here soon, too.
And if you're right about some sort of conspiracy, they might not be staying here to protect these people. Might be
They're not
rolling out
protecting.
on their own.
From what we saw in Summer Meadow, they're not prepared for this.
They tortured us, and they did the same thing to a goddamn Girl Scout. They don't care about our
They
safety.
did it to a lot of Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
You don't know what happened to...
There were some really scary Girl Scouts.
they all looked exactly the same.
Shit, I've heard worse from the government in my day.
I feel like we should be going to an island
Where?
I don't know.
The nearest islands are in Lake Erie.
Well, they don't have to be near. We're somewhere with cars now.
Yeah, and people are
And
getting on the
not
roads.
roadblocks.
Cars, but if it's
So
not
we
a
can-
roadblock, it's covered in the dead.
So we get an off-roader. I don't know.
Granny like puffs her cheeks out. Well, I suppose there's one place if you're really out of options about where to go.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter how I know this. He's dead now. Just like your aunts and uncles, they're all dead. Now anyway, a long time ago there used to be a family enterprise up in the Catskills, up in New York, and there was a cabin there, an establishment. We did things, you know, and I don't want to sully their names here, but got out of touch. But it's fairly isolated as far as I remember. I hadn't seen it in maybe. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway, been a while since I've seen it. It's a place. It's kind of isolated. It's got, I think it had like an aquifer. Yeah, aquifer. One of them welled things you just draw water out from. Got a bit of isolation. We had a strong cabin. Very sturdy. Quite a bit of a distance, though. You'd have to try to see if you could clear it, but I'm sure we could find a usable working car around here. Ain't that right? She, like, spins and gives, like, an evil glint over towards Anthony.
All of my cars drive off the lot.
Tony, don't
That's
don't
as
bullshit.
far as they drive.
That's
Tony.
as far as he guarantees.
Tony, don't bullshit.
Can
Annie around
any one of them make it into the Catskills? Can anyone even make it out of the state?
Well, I did just get done driving one of my cars to Atlantic City and back. Well, before
The back
Before
part's
bored with
questionable.
nail
We
it
managed to
happened.
get to Atlantic City and halfway back before breaking down.
bored with nailing it happened. Okay.
Tony, we didn't find any nails.
Shut up, Potman. You don't remember shit. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
If you want an actual car that'll get us there, I suppose we could go to my place and get one of my cars.
No one probably touched your den of shit. That's how bad it smells, I'm sure. Like, oh, they already raided that place.
They already raided my house.
Grandma shakes his head, looks at Eugene. How do you even spend time with him?
I'd assume they wrecked up my dorm back at Scranton, too.
What I meant is that people are all in sorts of chaos right now, but they would have taken one good whiff of your house and went, no, they ain't finding anything in there.
Ah.
Yes. Yes. I think you've been hanging around marijuana too long, boy.
Or not long enough.
Shut up, Potman.
Sort of
Hey.
keeps him going.
Grandma looks at Eugene. You still let him call you that? Stick up for yourself.
Stop it.
You are the man of the MacGannigan family now. I'm gonna be gone soon.
What are you gonna do, Potman?
Stop calling me Potman.
Okay. What are we going to do, Eugene?
That was easy.
He never asked.
He hasn't.
Granny chuckles, shakes her head and says, no, he's probably gonna start again the moment I stop hearing it.
I mean, I was thinking more like drive west and try to get to Hawaii or south and go to
I'm not
Jamaica
gonna
or
drive
something.
to Hawaii, Eugene.
But- Well, you can steal a boat.
Where?
West.
Yes, out west, where those mystical boat dealers live.
Or like go to Jamaica through Hawaii, Florida or something.
Through Hawaii.
What is it? What are we gonna do? A reverse Cuban immigrant thing?
Yes.
You know, considering everything.
I actually like Granny MacGannigan's plan.
There's the sound of a voice raising itself on the radio. It's actually Jim Pokey's himself, as his continued reports end up breaking into like a staccato of news speech, as apparently the military is now broken in. They're like charging up the stairs to get to the booth, but this speech will not be denied. The people need to hear it, and they'll break in the doors, and he's all defiant, and there's no other voices, just a raking sound of blasting gunfire that silences the broadcast.
Well, if they didn't have everyone against them already, now they do.
Granny frowns. I like that boy, too.
Well, it doesn't matter who's against them. They just killed somebody on the air.
Exactly.
They don't care what they do anymore.
I knew they were all evil.
Potman nods again, preaching to the choir.
Well, she begins to like turn off, like gets up and turns off all the electronic devices and shit. You young people are gonna need to talk about this amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go fix up something, I reckon. You're probably hungry, aren't you, boy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fucking. The rest of you want something?
I won't say no to it.
That.
Yeah, fucking. Just fucking use up old people and discard them like I did. She just like starts to mumble to herself.
Did she say like I did?
Yeah.
Like I.
Tony's gonna.
She waddles off.
Potman, give me your lighter.
Potman hands him his lighter.
I mean Eugene.
Thank you.
Tony's gonna start smoking. Tony's gonna start smoking.
Mulling
gonna start-
over the phone book.
Tony's gonna start smoking a cigarette.
Are any of the knight's middle initial F?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, just let it go.
Many of them do not
Or-
have a middle initial listed.
How many of them are male names?
Appears to be 4 of them, 3 of which like live within Romero itself, and then the other 4 of the name, or the rest of the names, live in like the county, like the surrounding community.
The one that
Hey.
does not live in Romero, does it have a middle initial?
Yes, it is a K.
Shit.
Oh, I remember that guy. He bought a car for me twice. Sold him the same one twice. Don't ask me how I pulled it off.
Granny
By
like
stealing
Granny like yells from the kitchen. I don't know how the hell you keep fooling them people to buy your shitty cars, Anthony.
Cause I'm so trusty, Miss MacGannigan.
Trusty
He's
Tony.
really good at lying.
You're gonna trust me because I'm Trusty Tony.
Trusty
No,
Tony,
the
my
Clady's going to
ass.
shut you down.
Your
Don't.
words aren't even fit to wipe my ass with.
I don't think any of that matters anymore.
I'm sorry, I can't hear the sound over all my money.
I don't think any of that matters anymore, like that boy just said.
And he just rubs his fingers together glumly.
He does the Mr. Smithers.
Because remember, if the government is trying to keep a crackdown on this shit and the government controls the money, your money don't mean shit. It's nothing. The best you would have is convincing people that this shit's just gonna blow over, that'll still mean something, your money.
Have any reports?
If I could sell people less than reputable cars, I can make them believe money will be useful sooner rather than later.
Potman tells Tony, you know, all that green outside is probably going to be worth more than any amount of money.
Oh,
Has any
Miss
of the news
MacGannigan,
talked
how about I
like,
give you all the money I have for every ounce of weed you have?
You
Wow.
couldn't carry all the weed I have.
Potman
He can barely
nods.
carry himself, Miss MacGannigan.
I'm going to have to enter a different enterprise following this incident.
Hey, Granny, wherever we go, we're going to take everything off the dry racks, right?
Yeah. Probably ain't coming back here anyway.
Potman kind of leans in and conspiratorially whispers, I'm going to get a big Ziploc of the best seeds, too.
Do you really need to whisper that? I thought that was assumed.
Oh, right. I'm going to get a big Ziploc of the best seeds, too. Wherever we end up going, always need
Eugene,
to
you don't need to whisper some things.
grow. Right. I realized that and said it out loud instead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You know.
You need to work on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we going to go up to this cabin in the woods in the New York, upstate New York, or are we going to do the other two Potman plans?
I mean...
Sorry, Eugene.
Thank you. Upstate New York is really close to here.
Granny yells back, I mean, I hadn't seen this shit in a while, so hell if I know how it looks, but if you all out of options...
I mean, I don't know that we are out of options. I'd kind of like to hijack a boat, put
Honestly, I think the country's out of options. Looking
water
at how
between
fast this is going.
I like the idea of driving away from right here and then finding somewhere.
Eugene, give that some thought for a moment.
Yeah.
Don't you have some summer house or something with all this supposed money you have, Anthony?
Yeah, but that's...
Granny, come on. You know he's actually broke down.
No? No?
Yeah, you're right.
What? I don't have a summer house, though. Tried condominium. I had a condo once down in Tallahassee. Didn't work out.
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Of course he did.
I don't know why you would get it there.
Of course it wouldn't no good there. Everyone here knows that it's a shithole down there. Why don't you go for Miami or something?
He
Seriously.
doesn't have Miami money, Granny.
Ah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Also, there's a lot of Cubans there.
Whoa.
That came out of nowhere.
Granny snorts. Besides, Moody was a better car dealer than you ever were.
Hey,
It's right, he was.
Mm-hmm. His cars actually ran.
Fletch just shrugs as everybody else is in agreement.
One of the few people I actually gave honest money to.
Mm-hmm.
She has honest money?
No.
that's what I'm having a hard time believing.
Well, you know, if Eugene knows, you tell him, Eugene.
I mean,
Yes, tell us, Eugene.
she honestly gave him money. That's the thing.
Well, how about this? After we have a nice meal, we
Leave.
make our way to either my car dealership, which has probably been torn through, if not completely vacant. Then we can go to my house, which apparently has not been touched.
Yeah, all right.
And then we can grab
And
one of the
I mean,
cars.
if worst comes to worst, I still have that blue sedan up in my cabin.
Your blue
You
sedan.
drove.
Oh, I did. I drove one over there. Okay.
Yeah, you were the one who drove us to Atlantic City. I still got my car.
Okay.
I doubt that people have gone up to my cabin, but I mean that's kind of a hike out.
Well,
We should probably buy some things first if we're heading somewhere as well.
dude, there's chaos in the streets. We can just probably loot the stores.
Shit about
Well, it still sounds like people are trying to pretend. But yeah, if it's all gone to shit, we'll just take the stuff then.
So are we going west, south, or New York?
I think we're going to New York.
We'll get trapped if we go to New York.
Not New York City, the state.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Well, why don't we go to New York City? It's an island.
That's worse.
Eugene, reach over and hit Anthony for me, please.
If he hits me, I hit back. I hit back.
Fucking like Granny waddles out of the kitchen.
Just goes upside his head with a wooden spoon.
Basically, yeah, like whap.
Stop. Wait, no, wait.
Hits
Ow.
him right in his scars.
Ow, I got cut there. by something. I don't remember what. Was it glass
Cut
one? Was it glass? Was it
Oh,
the first?
glass.
Oh, it was glass.
There's like a
And then a building.
there's like a splotch of like buttermilk now draped across like the side of his head.
Was it glass? Was it the first time with glass or the second time with glass? I don't remember.
It
a little
was
bit of column
both.
A, a little bit of column B.